Hey everybody, welcome to basically the first video on my channel talking about MK11. I had my Mortal Kombat 11 reveal around 2 weeks ago, and I had a lot of thoughts about that, but I didn't really want to follow up yet because I wanted to sort of have something to talk about rather than just the trailer itself, breaking it down. Everybody already did that, so I saw no reason to. And after the trailer came out, I really only saw rumors, leaks that were probably fake, and just things that weren't substantial enough to make videos about. But I did want to make a video about something. What has come out, an anonymous leaker on the GameSpot game FAQs is, yes, an anonymous leak. Obviously, just like all the other ones, it's not on 4chan. I've had enough of those, basically. The main reason that I want to look at this is that this leak is, it just has a lot in it. If it's fake, this person spent a long time putting, a lot of effort into it. And yeah, it very well could be fake, but I just want to read over it and give my thoughts. As you'll see, this leak doesn't sound as fake as other ones. So let's just get into this. He starts off by saying, "Yes, this is real." All right, that's what it is. Yes, I know the leaker. Yes, the leaker is a software dev associated with NRS. Yes, I created a new account to protect my identity, as I too work in the industry, and to protect the leaker. Anyway, here's more info than what was originally put out. All right. Spoilers, obviously. Okay, so yeah, spoilers. So, base roster: Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Liu Kang, Kitana, Jade, Rain, Sonya Blade, Johnny Cage, Noob Saibot, Smoke, Cyrax, Sindel, Reptile, Goro, Shang Tsung, Kung Lao, Fujin, Bo Rai Cho, Frost, Kenshi, Daigon, Kotal Khan, Aaron Black, Cassie Cage, Jackie Briggs, Takeda, Kung Jin, Daedric, Reina, Garrus, Kronika, and the Shao Kahn pre-order bonus character. It's pretty much what I expected. Most of the original characters, if not all of them, the Kombat Kids returning, characters like Bo Rai Cho, character like Shang Tsung, which we haven't had in a little while. Yeah, so, character like Frost, somebody who I really wanted. Yeah, this overall looks pretty real to me. Let's move on now to Kombat Pack 1. This is pretty interesting. Ermac, Lei Mai, Nightwolf, Nimbus, Michael Myers, and Pennywise. Alright, so the first one is Lei Mai. I don't know much about this character, and I honestly never really heard of her before. But yeah, it looks like she's been in a couple of games. MK, Deadly Alliance, Deception, Unchanged, Armageddon, and only cameoed in Mortal Kombat 11 and was only an NPC in Mortal Kombat X. So she will be playable for the first time in a while, apparently. Alright, next we have Nightwolf. This character was also in a bunch of games. He was in Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat Deception, Unchained, Armageddon, Mortal Kombat 2011, and not playable in Mortal Kombat X. So that's cool that we have another returning character like him as well. And now going to the character Nimbus. I don't know anything. I really don't know much about a lot of these characters, but just looking him up, he apparently was an April Fool's gag hidden by Electronic Gaming Monthly as a hidden playable character in the Genesis version of the first Mortal Kombat, and he's a black kickboxer. Huh, that's interesting. By the way, my source is fandom.com, the Mortal Kombat wiki. Yeah, so it seems like this would be his first appearance ever as a playable character. That's pretty interesting, to take an April Fool's joke and turn it into an actual character. Definitely not the first time they've done something like that. I remember Ermac sort of the same thing. He was he was sort of this thing, Error Macros, that people thought was the name of a character back in the arcades, and then he eventually became an actual character. So that's pretty interesting, and I guess they're giving Nimbus the Ermac treatment, taking something that didn't exist and turning it into an actual character. So that's pretty interesting if this ends up being true. Definitely not out of the realm of possibility. Of course, we don't know if this is real or not, but I don't know. Maybe that is a little bit of a red flag. I personally think seeing an April Fool's joke sort of thing actually become part of the game is something I feel like Ed Boon would kind of do. And to be clear, it's also DLC. So I'm not sure if that hurts this leak or helps it. It does sort of seem like an Ed Boon type of thing to do. So now we're going to move on to... So now we have Michael Myers and Pennywise. And yes, I think these are probably the two most obvious characters besides Spawn that I think would be in this game. Michael Myers and Pennywise. Michael Myers, I mean, would probably play a lot like Jason with the knife and, you know, obviously other weapons. And yeah, Pennywise has a ton of potential as he can pretty much sort of shapeshift into anything, really. Of course, he could probably transform into all of the things he has in his film and novel, you know, as he does in the movie and in the novels, but he has a lot of potential. Of course, for, you know, his super move, spoilers, he could obviously become a giant spider as he does in It. And yeah, he's another one of those characters that would be pretty perfect for this game. Just has a ton of moveset potential and pretty obvious super move, becoming a giant spider as he does in the movie. So moving on, there are 3 celebrity voices in the game. Katie Sackhoff, who I don't even know who that is, Kevin Conroy as Scorpion, and Ronda Rousey as Sonya Blade. Kevin Conroy as Scorpion. So if you somehow don't know, Kevin Conroy is the voice of Batman in many of his appearances. He has voiced Batman in all the Arkham games except for Arkham Origins. And yeah, that would be kind of a cool voice for Scorpion, for Batman and Scorpion to share the same voice. That would kind of be cool. And Ronda Rousey as Sonya Blade. Now, of course, we have to remember there seems to be a time travel aspect to this game. So Ronda Rousey is obviously pretty young, relatively, and, you know, maybe she's voicing a much younger Sonya Blade, and same for Scorpion, although I would imagine Scorpion and the voice of Kevin Conroy, he would probably lend himself better to an older Scorpion. A Scorpion who is much older, probably can't fight as well. I would assume that he would sound sort of how Batman does in Arkham Knight, where he specifically gave Batman sort of a much deeper and just older sound to his voice. I could see the same happening for Scorpion. Maybe he's doing a voice for a much older Scorpion or younger, but, you know, Kevin Conroy can do a very deep and, you know, very intimidating voice. So I would imagine he'd be doing an older one. So I'm going to say a bunch of things here, some characters I don't really know that much about. I'm just going to read it though. Kronika, hope I said that right. Kronika is the main antagonist, boss, and the goddess of time. Oh, so she is that character next to the sort of the time tower. She originally appeared in several endings in previous games. Raiden is the sub-boss of the game. Garrus is at odds with Kronika, who wants to manipulate time to erase multiple timelines. Garrus is attempting to thwart her plan by working with chosen warriors from different timelines. Whoa, timelines! That's a leaked Mortal Kombat name that we've heard before, but obviously did not become the actual name of the game. Rina is a new Outworld character in Devore's replacement in Kotal Khan's army. Daedric is a black dragon and Kano's offspring. Ah, we know about him from the past. Tag team mode returns, works the same as MK 2011, both on and offline. That's pretty cool. Brutality's return, same as in MKX. Each character has a different animation of suicide. They are only available in online matches, cannot be used or inputted by player as a form of finisher otherwise. So Quitalities, once again, it's kind of when you end an online match and then your character just commits suicide, basically. That's pretty interesting. Kombat Pack 1 will release character by character through the course of the summer. There will be a second pack of 6 more characters later in the year and into the following year. Kombat Pack 2's characters are not completely set in stone. I can see that being the case. Yeah, Kombat Pack 1's going to go all the way to the summer, and then probably, starting September, we'd probably start getting Kombat Pack 2 all the way into the next year, which is, pretty good lifespan for the game, same as Injustice 2, where they went all the way to February. So X-rays are no longer what they used to be. They are now used as animations mid-battle during certain specials to feel more fluid and cinematic. In their original place are Mortal Kombat's take on Injustice Supers. So now, instead of the close-up shots of you breaking, bones and ripping out organs, blood, the inside of the body, now we're basically just getting Injustice Supers in Mortal Kombat. And I'm actually a big fan of this. I definitely think I prefer the Injustice Supers over the X-rays. It's probably a controversial opinion, but I don't know. I played Injustice and Injustice 2 pretty much before I started really getting into Mortal Kombat, so maybe it's just sort of a preference. If it was the other way around, if I played Mortal Kombat first, then Injustice, maybe I would like X-rays more than Supers, but I do like Supers. I think it would be interesting to see how they handle Supers for each character instead of X-rays. So that is something I can actually get behind, something a little more cinematic. New time towers are introduced. Works similarly to towers in Injustice 2, all timed daily or weekly, used to unlock rare moves and attires. There are regular arcade towers still as well, so I imagine that's reminiscent of the multiverse in Injustice 2. Test Your Might and Test Your Luck returns. Attires and movesets are made in custom variation menus. They are unlocked through the new crypt, time towers, and reaching specific character or profile goals by leveling. They are not random drops through loot boxes. Oh, loot boxes are history. Leveling your profile and characters is done by winning matches, pulling off fatalities, and other specific character feats. See, I like that a lot. Feels like you will actually, just by playing the game, will get rewarded by how you're doing. I like that. I never really got into the whole mother boxes thing from Injustice 2. I just didn't like it a whole lot. But just getting stuff based on how you're actually playing, I can get behind that. Story mode is 15 chapters long. MK11 brings over the multiple character branching battle choices from Injustice 2. There are more than 12 cameos from other Mortal Kombat characters throughout the story mode, but no cameos you can fight against like in MKX. So once again, we have a little more of Injustice 2 coming sort of into Mortal Kombat. There are more than 15 arenas featured, with about half of them returning classics, including the likes of Shang Tsung's Courtyard, the Pit, the Deadpool, and the Lin Kuei Temple and Shao Kahn's Throne Room. So yeah, there's a lot to break down here. So much so I don't really want to waste your guys' time. This was already sort of a lot to take in. If I were to summarize everything, I would say that it very much feels the sequel to MK11 that also includes a lot from Injustice 2. And whether that's a good thing or a bad thing remains to be seen. I know there's a lot of things, or some things about Injustice 2 that Mortal Kombat players did not particularly enjoy. But what they are bringing are things that I like. The Supers replacing X-rays is something I would like to see them do. I would like X-rays to return in the future, in the next game after this one. But I think this is a nice change for now. You know, if this is even real, I have to mention, if this is even real, this could still be fake, which it might be, could be. But if I'm being completely honest, this sort of screams real to me. I don't know, just something about celebrity voices. I kind of feel like that's something they would do. I can't really say, I don't know why. Like having Kevin Conroy come in and voice Scorpion. I mean, they've essentially worked with him on 2 occasions at this point, and I don't know, and maybe they just thought, hey, you know, maybe they just sort of thought, wouldn't it be really cool to have the voice of Batman for Scorpion and Ronda Rousey for Sonya Blade? We don't know why that's happening. It's obviously for publicity, I'd imagine. And I don't blame them. I think that's a cool move. If anything, now I'm not the biggest fan in the world of Ronda Rousey, but I think Kevin Conroy voicing Scorpion is like the coolest thing ever. So I am totally behind that if it's real, if that's really happening. Wouldn't it be cool to hear "Get Over Here," but basically in Batman's voice? I mean, I would love to hear that. It would essentially sound like Batman screaming "Get over here." And yeah, something I think I forgot to touch on it. In Kombat Pack 1, Ermac is actually in the Kombat Pack, and that is a little weird. A very popular character, and he's DLC, even though he was playable in Mortal Kombat X, but now he's DLC, which is weird. It's like you're paying for a character that you can just go back to MK11 and play as. But of course, I guess my argument will be as maybe he's so popular that they decide, hey, why don't we make some money off the DLC? Why don't we make the DLC look a little more convincing to the people who aren't completely down? I mean, of course, if this is real, there's literally an April Fool's character as a real character, and Pennywise and Michael Myers. I mean, that's worth the price alone to me. But, you know, thrown in there, you have a couple of obscure characters, an April Fool's character. Why not throw in a very popular character, Ermac? Last time, they put Bo Raicho in DLC. I mean, a character who, like, burps and farts and vomits. You know, a huge fat guy who's drunk. And I don't really know if Bo Raicho is an actually popular character, but it seems like a perfect troll. And I don't know, just seeing Ermac in DLC and then looking back to Bo Raicho being DLC, it feels like something that they probably would do. This doesn't seem like something they wouldn't do. That's pretty much my take on all of this. This definitely feels like a real leak. You know, I don't know if it is. There's something about, I think the thing that catches a lot of people off is the Ronda Rousey voicing Sonya Blade. I don't know. I think that's kind of interesting. And yeah, since I already said, it's just sort of a publicity type of thing. I think this could work in their favor. It's just kind of the perfect thing that would make Twitter headlines, and, you know, some articles would be written about it. You know, people would tweet about it. It's just kind of a thing that could go viral for like 2 days, and then it's like, whatever. So, and Kevin Conroy voicing Scorpion. It also seems like the kind of thing that people would talk about for like a week. You know, just for that little extra publicity. You know how things fade out so fast nowadays. If you can be sort of the talk of the town, even for one day, it will sort of help you out substantially. And maybe that's what they're going for with here. But yeah, so that's going to do it. That's that leak. We have no clue if it's true. And I really don't want to cover leaks that much. I may not be covering more leaks unless there's like evidence to accompany it. But there is just so much here that I feel like there's something to it. So whether this turns out to be real or fake remains to be seen. But I'm very excited for Mortal Kombat 11. I want to start making more Mortal Kombat 11 videos. So guys, if you like this video, if you want me to make more Mortal Kombat 11 videos, click like and leave a comment saying what you want to see. Something I would like to do is, a lot of the other big Mortal Kombat 11 YouTubers are making sort of their roster predictions, DLC predictions, guest character predictions, and I feel like I don't have much to add. I think I would like to make a video on really weird guest character picks, but you know, I don't know. I would want to make something that you guys would want to actually watch. So yeah, that's gonna do it. So thank you for watching. Click like if you enjoyed. Leave a comment. I will see you in the next video. Keep on fighting. Have a fantastic day.